this video is on graphing a quadratic function, and the function that I'm using today is y equals 3x squared plus 6x plus 0. And I actually added this 0 in there because the equation setup is supposed to be ax squared plus bx plus c, and it just helps me to think about it if I have a c value. And so the first thing you're going to do is factor your quadratic function. And really how I factored it, I used the diamond method. It's pretty much an x, and you have to see what two numbers get 6. And so whenever I did that, I got x plus 2, 3x parentheses x plus 2. And the reason why you have 3x is because you have a 3x here, and you just can't mark that as 0. So 3x here, and then x times x gives you x squared, and 3 times 2 gives you 6, because you have to do your distribution property right here. So 3, and then x times x gives you 3x squared, and 3 times 2 gives you 6x, which also gives you this equation here, plus your 0 if you want to see value. Okay, so after you've factored your quadratic function, then you have to calculate its vertex point. And really how you do that is, well, first you set them equal to 0. That's what I do. So you do 3x equals 0, and you just solve the problem. So x equals 0, and x plus 2 equals 0. Then you minus 2 on both sides, and you get x equals negative 2. So negative 2 will be a minimum since it's negative. And then to find your vertexes the real way, then you have negative 2 plus 0, which are your 0 values here. And you'll take your two zeros, add them, and then divide by 2. And when I did that, I got negative 1 for my x value. I already have my y. And so my two vertex points are negative 1 and negative 3, which you can see on the graph, negative 1 and negative 3. And then, of course, the minimum point, you have negative 1 as well. And that's how you do it. This is the first graph, and this is a graph to actually have it look like a parabola. It's the same points, it's just more rounded out like a parabola would be. And then once again, your x-intercepts will be negative 1 and negative 3, so I'll make sure that I label these. And your axis of symmetry will be the dot in the middle, which goes straight down. So this dot right here will be your axis of symmetry. And before I'm finished, then the axis of symmetry is really the vertex point. The vertex point is always the minimum point, and the minimum point should always be in the middle. So the axis of symmetry is dividing it into equal halves, and the middle is in between two different things, and in just about every case the middle should be the equal half. So the axis of symmetry will always be the vertex. And that's how you graph a quadratic function.